Good morning, students. In the last session, we have studied what are lenses, what are the types of lenses. A transparent medium bound by two spherical surfaces is called as a lens. So, basically, in this class, we are learning two types of lenses, double convex lens and double concave lens. So, how to draw ray diagrams for the formation of image formation in lenses. Using ray diagrams, how to find out the position of image when the object position is at different locations. So, before we actually go for drawing the ray diagrams, we must know what are the important rays to be drawn first. Suppose, first we are considering the convex lens. These are the convex lenses, and here these are the concave lenses. So first, if the ray of light is parallel to the principal axis, if the ray of light falls parallel to the principal axis, I have drawn the principal axis here. So remember, after refraction, the ray must pass through focus. The ray passes through the focus. This is how you have to draw the. This you should remember. So all the parallel rays which are incidenting on the convex lens, after refraction, they converge at the point. That point is called as focus. This is what we discussed in the previous session. So a ray of light falling parallel to the principal axis, after refraction, it converges through the focus on the other side. Now if the ray of light is passing through the focus, so this is the second one. Now when the ray of light is passing through the focus, for our convenience, we have to draw a optic center here, and through the optic center, you draw just an optic axis. An optic axis. So this axis passing through the optic center perpendicular to the lens is called as optic axis. This will be helpful for drawing the ray diagram. If the ray of light falls passing through the focus, after you can extend it up to the optic axis and show the direction of ray. After refraction, it will go parallel to the principal axis. It has to go parallel to the principal axis. This is the second thing that you should remember. One parallel to the principal axis, after convergence, it passes through the focus. The one passing through the focus, after refraction, it goes parallel to the principal axis. Now, any ray of light passing directly through the optic center goes undeviated. This is very important. A ray of light falling directly to the optic center does not undergo any refraction. It goes undeviated. This you should remember. It is like the principal axis itself. The ray of light passing through the principal axis goes undeviated. It passes through the optic center and goes undeviated. It doesn't undergo any refraction. So this is the third point to be remembered. Now similarly for concave lens. Concave lens is a diverging lens. As we have stated earlier also, concave lens is the one which always diverges the rays of light. Here, convex lens is the one which converges the ray of light. Now, in the same way, let us draw optic axis passing through the optic center. Now, a ray of light falling parallel to the principal axis. Look at this. Ray of light falling parallel to the principal axis. It diverges after refraction. Since the surfaces are concave, the ray gets diverged. You see, the diverged ray must be drawn in such a manner that the diverged ray same side. It appears to originate from the focus. So this is how the ray gets diverged. So all the parallel rays of light, after incidenting on a concave lens, they undergo divergence. The diverged beam of light appears to have emerged from that point, and that point is called as focus. This is how we defined last time what is focus of a concave lens. Now second one, if the ray of light is falling parallel to the principal axis, that is over now. If it is this is the optic center. If it is passing through the focus, if the ray of light is incidenting such that it is falling through the focus, show the arrow mark. You must show the arrow mark. That will give the direction of ray of light. See here. After passing through this, what happens? Again it undergoes divergence. So the divergence takes place in such a manner that after passing through the lens, it should go parallel to the principal axis. But it appears to have emerged from the focus on the other side. Okay, I am drawing the diagram once again. The ray of light which is directed towards the focus on the other side. The ray of light which is directed towards the focus on the other side. After divergence, goes parallel to the principal axis. This is actually directed towards the focus on the other side. This is how you can show by dotted line. After refraction, after undergoing refraction, it goes parallel to the principal axis. Parallel to the principal axis. This is second one. The one which is directed towards the focus, after refraction undergoes divergence and it goes parallel to the principal axis. I think you can make the difference here. Now the ray again passing through the optic center, even through concave lens also, goes undeviated. These are the three important diagrams you must remember. Here it doesn't undergo any refraction, it goes undeviated. Why is it so? We'll learn it later. Once we learn the property of prism, then we will come to know why the ray of light after passing through this optic center does not undergo refraction. This point will be clear. I think these are the three important rays you must remember. One, parallel to the principal axis. After refraction converges here, after refraction diverges here, appears to have come from the focus. The ray passing through the focus, after refraction goes parallel to the principal axis. The ray passing directly to the optic center goes without any refraction. Here the ray directed towards the focus, after refraction goes parallel to the principal axis, and the same thing. The ray passing through the optic center goes undeviated. Now let us see the image formation for convex lens and concave lens in detail. Okay, let us learn the image formation by a convex lens first. When the object is at infinity, the rays from the object are parallel to principal axis. the rays are forming a parallel beam of light. The parallel beam of light after refraction converge to a point and form a point image at the focus. Point image at the focus. This is what happens when you look at, don't look at the sun. This is what happens when you take a magnifying lens and focus it to the sun and take the image on the paper. When you take the image on the paper, the point image of the sun is formed on the paper and that will lead to burning of the paper with smoke. So the image is formed at the focus, which is point image. If the object is brought closer to the lens, just beyond 2f, if it is kept beyond 2f, then how to draw the ray diagram? Draw one ray of light parallel to the principal axis. After refraction passes through the focus, extend it. Another ray of light directly must pass through the optic center. Another ray of light must pass through optic center. Okay, you see these rays after convergence, they are meeting at this point A dash. Since they are emerging from A, so this forms the image of A dash. And the one which is following along the principal axis goes undeviated and that forms B dash. Thus, we are getting inverted image A dash B dash. Where is the position of the object? Object is just beyond 2f. Image is between f and 2f. This is second one. Now you see the third one. When the object is kept at 2f, look at the object AB. Now it is kept at 2f. One ray parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, passes through the focus, extend it. Another ray of light again must pass through optic center, goes undeviated. So these rays are emerging from A, so they are converging here at A dash. Thus A becomes A dash and B continues along the principal axis, and thus here you are getting B dash, image of B dash. Thus AB object becomes A dash B dash as the image. So if the object is at 2f, look at this, image is also at 2f. Image is also at 2f. Image is also at 2f. And one more interesting thing, size of the object becomes equal to size of the image, and it is forming inverted image. In all these three cases, it is forming inverted image. So inverted, and it can be obtained on the screen. So inverted real image. Here inverted real image, same size as that of the object. Now third case, fourth case, if the object is kept between f and 2f. If the object is kept between f and 2f, look here, now it is brought still closer, between f and 2f. AB is the object. Draw a ray of light parallel to the principal axis. After refraction passes through the focus, extending. Another ray must be drawn directly to the optic center, goes undeviated without any refraction. Where these rays are converging, meeting, that point becomes A dash. And the ray which is passing through the principal axis goes undeviated and that forms B dash. Thus we are getting image A dash B dash, which is again inverted image. Inverted. And if you see the size of the image is greater than size of the object. Inverted, enlarged. Inverted, enlarged real image beyond 2f. Okay. Now if it is kept at f, if the object is kept at f, draw one ray parallel to principal axis. After that goes through focus. Another ray must be drawn through the optic center. These rays you see, they go parallel to each other, they never meet. It appears as if they are going to meet at infinity. So you are going to get inverted image at infinity. So inverted real image at infinity. This is the fifth position. Now if you keep the object between f and o, if the object is kept between f and o, means it is brought still closer. This is what we do with the magnifying lens. If you want to see the printed matter which is very small in size, we bring that magnifying lens very close to that printed matter. That printed matter appears enlarged in size, erect and enlarged in size. That's what happens here. If tiny object is brought very close to the lens between F and O, draw one ray of light parallel to principal axis. Again, after convergence, after refraction passes through the focus, another ray must be drawn through optic center, then produce them back. Here they are diverging. Here they are diverging. When you produce them back, they appear to have emerged from. They appear to have emerged from one point that becomes A dash, and the one B becomes B dash. Thus, we are getting an enlarged, erect image beyond 2F, which is virtual image because it cannot be obtained on the screen. It cannot be obtained on the screen. Thus, we are getting erect, enlarged, virtual image beyond 2F. So, this is how we draw the ray diagrams for convex lens. How to draw ray diagrams for concave lens we will discuss in the next session. Before that, you can try yourself and we will discuss the difficulties in the next session. These are the 6 important positions. You make a chart for object position, image position and nature of the image. Object position, image position and nature of the image. Make a chart. That will be helpful. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day.